Man's best friend. From hunting or herding to search and rescue and security, the dog has been helping us out for tens of thousands of years. Another important role that dogs help fulfill is that of assistance. All the way back in the 1700s, dogs have been used to help the blind to navigate their day-to-day lives. Now, these dogs can be trained to assist those who need help from the physiological to the psychological level. Today, I would like to talk to you specifically about these service dogs and an organization that helps those who need them get a hold of their four-legged companions so that they too can lead an easier life. As I mentioned before, since the 1750s Paris, dogs had begun to be used to assist the blind navigate their day-to-day lives. Germany had begun programs in the 1920s, and the US followed not soon after that. Now, how many of you know how many service dogs exist in the US today? Currently, there are about 500,000 service dogs registered in the US, where there are over 60 million people with ranging disabilities in the US. The process of training a service dog can vary depending on the requirements needed for each dog, but on average, it takes up to 18 months to be fully prepared. This process can cost upwards of $20,000 at the end of the training. There's also a long time to wait to receive these dogs, due to the fact that there are more people with disabilities than dogs provided. Now, does anyone here know of any charities focusing on service dogs and getting them to those who need them? The charity I would like to speak to you about today is Needs. This organization focuses on the training, breeding, and welfare of service dogs, along with the process of matching and training service dogs to their soon-to-be handlers and offering overall support. Needs was established in 1976 and has since then helped to train over 1,800 dogs in this time. They are a recognized member of ADI, which is Assistance Dogs International, and they're also approved by the VA for their programs. For a little credibility, they have been shown to receive good reviews, along with showing that they use upwards of 83.5% of their funding towards program expenses. They offer training to dogs in several areas. For the deaf, these dogs are trained to communicate with their handlers via physical touch and leading to important noises, such as knocks, doorbells, smoke alarms, other alarms, etc. For veterans, these dogs are designed to help aid those who become disabled due to their service. This can include hearing loss, physical disability, PTSD, and other issues. And this program is at no cost to those who are eligible. For those with physical disabilities, service dogs can assist both adults and children to perform tasks such as retrieving items, opening doors, accessing their lights, and retrieving help from their handler when it is needed. The overall process for children is the same as adults, other than the fact that they need to include their parents or guardians in the process. There are also dogs that are designed for children with autism. These dogs are specifically trained to help them out in tasks and address the needs of the child, along with helping with behavioral symptoms, socialization, and life skills. The process takes into account that there is a unique chemistry between the dog and its handler, and therefore it seeks to find the right match between the two. Lastly, they offer assistance dogs for groups. These are for counselors working with multiple children with physical or mental disabilities, and they can be used in classrooms, hospitals, courthouses, and so on. To help paint a picture of why these dogs are important, I want to give you some information. One study out of Purdue showed an overall positive effect of service dogs on their handlers. The study looked at military members and veterans who currently suffer with PTSD and how they fared with the care and without the care of a service dog. At the end of the study, it was found that the initial findings showed that these service dogs had given their handlers lower PTSD symptomology, showed reduced depression, and showed better social activity. Another study from the University of Lincoln focuses on those with physical disabilities. This was compared to those with and without the service dogs and how it impacted their quality of life. Through the study, they found that those with the dogs tended to show better on overall health, working life, learning ability, and independence, along with better impacts on their social and active lifestyles. With these two studies, along with others that can be found, there's a net positive to having service dogs in households where there are persons with disabilities and needs. There's not much in the way of opposition to service dogs, nor the types of charities that support them. If there are any, it would be to question the overall effectiveness these dogs may have on psychological health, or people abusing the system and getting service dogs when they actually don't need them. These are fair criticisms, but like I previously stated, in looking at both Purdue and Lincoln studies, there is work being done to show the effect these dogs can have on overall well-being. For a bit of introspection on how these pups help out, the New York Times wrote an article describing how Needs and other organizations have helped those get their service dogs. Specifically, Sue Downs, who is a former Army MP who was wounded while deployed in Afghanistan, went through Needs to receive a service dog. In her interview, she goes on to say, "The big thing is she helps me with a lot of stress issues, which I didn't expect her to do. If I'm down in the dumps one day, she knows. She'll come lay at my feet or jump on the couch. She's not supposed to do it, but I let her. She lies beside me and tries to cheer me up." I would say it's safe to say that even outside the realm of service and support, that animal companionship seems to always brighten a mood. I know from personal experience that even after a hard day, a wagging tail and a head in my lap helps out quite a bit, and I'm sure a lot of you can say the same thing. Hopefully, after hearing all this, some might find this an interesting concept to help aid in, or at least to take some time to learn about Needs itself or similar organizations aiding in the training and distribution of these service dogs to those who need it.